how to handle we're interviewing other people. And so let's do this. Let's talk about see if I could make this page bigger for you. That's better. Let me see if I could go one more.
Okay.
Let's do that. And you can see that Mario off to the right hand side.
Yes. Yes.
Before we read this dialogue, I'm going to tell you that this is an inoculation dialogue, which means how to handle something that you know somebody's going to say. And I want to talk about the things in the parentheses first before I do the dialogue, just so we have the same common definition. CN means client name, easy client name. 5, 6, and 7 means their motivation that they told you about. So their motivation may be getting the kids in the new school before the school year starts because the they want their kids to not be ostracized, but they don't want their kid to be an outsider, right? So their 5, 6, and 7 is like, look, we really need to move into the new house by um, August 1st because the new school year starts on August 8th, and we're we can't have our daughter go to school even a week after that, right? So the 5, 6, and 7 is their deep motivation. So someone says to you, hey, thank you for coming out today. We just want to let you know that we're going to be talking with 3 other agents or 2 other lenders, whatever the number is. Um, and so we appreciate you being here. And then we're going to use these words. And I'm actually now going to talk about NLP specifically as I give this dialogue. So I'll say, um, hey, Jeff, I'm not going to say work with me because you already know I want you to do that. So let's talk about tonality with this one half sentence first. In neurolinguistics, there is a phrase that we use called embedded commands. And what embedded commands are a tone that we use to speak to somebody's right side of the brain, their emotional part of them. And I could say the words that you hear with your prefrontal cortex, which is, I'm not going to say work with me, but when I want them really to hear it at an emotional level, I'm going to say, hey Jeff, I'm not going to say work with me. Pause. And you're going to deliver it with a descending tone. And then you're going to pause after. So you're going to say, man, what I really want to do is I want to say, hey, work with me. But the way I'm going to say that is, you know, you're going to see the negation here again, right? Do you remember the negation from the other dialogue? Whenever I use the words don't, not, or no, what I'm doing is I'm negating the phrase. And there's something about negation that opens up the guards to the brain that are guarding things. And when I say, like, you know what, I'm not going to be like everyone else, and I'm not going to sit here in front of you and say, work with me. I'm not going to say, work with me, because you already know I want you to do that. So I'm going to embed work with me and do that. And if you want to try, and subconsciously the word try really means to fail. If you want to try to find someone who might help you get your kids into their first year of high school by August 8th, like me, then listen carefully and make sure that they take lots of time to find out what's important to you, like I did, because we want to know that you have a person like me, who's completely focused on your kids being in class on day one on August 8th. And please, please, please make sure that you get a list like this of 10 references before you sign that listing contract and you hand them your list of references. Now, you don't have to give them references. You can make this be whatever you want it to be. If you don't have a list of 10 referrers or 10 endorsers, you want to give them something that that other agent or lender is not likely to have handy. You're going to give them a precondition. So let's look at this dialogue again. I'm not going to tell you to work with me because you already know that I want you to do that. What I want you to do is find somebody who's going to listen to you like I did, because we want to make sure now I'm on their team. Not you want to make sure, because we want to make sure that the only thing they care about is getting your kids in class on day one, like me, who's focused completely and solely and only on making sure that that happens. And please get from them this thing that it's going to be hard for that other person. That's the inoculation. You're now setting a trap for that other person to fall into, and make sure you get this from that other person that you're interviewing.